Tribe, the issue you're having is you just don't believe manifesting works. That's the whole issue, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And for some of you, sometimes I get comments, negative comments, of course, that comes with the territory. Negative comments around manifesting success. You see, the issue with that is the reason why you're commenting negative is because you don't understand the material, and what you don't understand, you got to make fun of. Isn't it true? I mean, that's true in life. What you make fun of is literally what you're ignorant about. And I'm not saying ignorant in a bad way. I'm just saying you don't understand it. But rather than you being honest within yourself and say, wait a second, I just don't understand this. I need to understand it. You make fun of it. Or you'll go down the rabbit hole of making fun of other people and so forth and so forth. But it's still the same cycle. When you make fun of somebody else, either they have something that you don't have, which you're jealous about deep down. That's why you make fun of them. Or when it's inside manifesting, you're making fun of them because they're doing something, they're living their dream life, and for some reason, you can't figure out how to get it to work for you. So it's the same cycle. We can give many examples. Okay, tribe? And listen to this. I can spin it this way. Let's have some fun with this. As you might be sitting here saying, well, Chad, I followed you for a long time. Like, I don't make fun of this. I know how manifesting works. I just can't get it to work for me all the time. Or I don't make fun of other people. I don't make fun of it. But listen, is that really true? Is it really true you don't make fun of it? Okay, I'll give you this scenario. You want your dream car. All of a sudden, you start trying to manifest your dream car. Maybe your dream car is a Porsche 911 twin turbo blood orange, a convertible. And all of a sudden, when you put that in your mind, you put that as an intention, all of a sudden, isn't it amazing how you start seeing your dream car all over the place, except in your garage? Isn't it so true? You see it all over the place. You see your dream car fly past you on the freeway, and then all of a sudden your mind goes in a gutter. All of a sudden your mind briefly, for that brief second, goes in a gutter. You start thinking negative. And besides making fun of the other person, you say this to yourself. You say, well, what does that person do? What does that person do for a living? Well, I bet he's an attorney where he lies and scams people. I bet he scams people for a living. That's why he makes so much money. Ooh, do you do that one? Or do you do something like that? Maybe not that prime example, but you do it in that way. Okay? And one more here as I sip on my my Thai tea boba. This isn't a Thai tea. This is actually I think it's like a brown sugar boba. Something super, super healthy for you. You know what I mean? Something I probably shouldn't be drinking. And like I said, tribe, all of it with my funny examples, even though they're true, is that things aren't working really for you. Or you seem like it's not working for you. You think manifesting isn't working for you, even though people tell you over and over and over, you're manifesting your life right now, okay? Then you put great big earmuffs on because you don't want to hear it. You don't want to try to understand it, okay? And even though we're deep in this video, I'm going to tell you how to understand this. I'm going to give you such an advanced principle here that's going to change your life, okay? You can be a beginner in this material and you're going to understand this, okay? I'm going to explain it, hopefully explain it like nobody's explained it before in the world of YouTube, in the world of manifesting, in the world of success. Okay. Sometimes you're just going through a gunk phase, nothing seems to be going your way. And it's so easy for you to attach meaning to things. Things aren't going your way. Your life seems like going downhill. It seems like no matter how much you help people and give, nothing comes back to you. Does that sound like something you're going through? You're putting in the time, putting in the work, trying to get manifested in the work for you, trying to manifest your dream life. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm talking about you. You want to manifest big shit. I'm not talking about you manifest a boba tea. I'm not talking about you manifest a cup of coffee. I'm talking about you want to manifest stuff in your life that's going to change your life overnight. It's going to change your life, and it's going to change anybody who's associated with you, their lives too. It's going to change your family's life. It might change your family's life for generations. Okay? That's the stuff I'm talking about. But listen, no matter what we're doing, we don't understand it. We make fun of people, put people down. You know, we go down a gunk phase. Nothing's working for me. You're having a pity party about life. Listen, this is the point that I want to give you. This is the climax of the video. And this is why I didn't say it right in the beginning. Because if you're still watching, you're going to change your life right now, baby. It's your perception. Before you click off this video, I want to explain this to you. You see, perception is a higher faculty. Perception comes from spirit, okay? Perception doesn't come from your 3D world, okay? Your 5 senses come from the 3D world, okay? What's your 5 senses? See, hear, smell, taste, touch. Meaning if you don't see it, you don't believe it, okay? You see, your perception is how you view your world, how you view the circumstances you're going through right now. How do you view your world? How do you view your life? Listen, guys, sit aside what you're trying to manifest. Set aside you want your dream house, your dream car, you want to be a millionaire. Listen, the golden key that unlocks everything, the golden key that unlocks the never Goddard technique, living the yin, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, okay? Even Neville Goddard said this when he teaches living in the end. Listen, how would the most successful version of you view your world? How would the most successful version of you view your circumstances? What is your outlook on life? You understand? That's the true meaning of Neville Goddard's techniques. That's the true meaning of living the end. When Neville Goddard said, go to the end, and you believe you have your dream house right now, you believe you're living in your dream house right now, okay? What he's really referring to is, what would the version of you, how would you view your world if you already had what you want? What would your outlook on life be if you already had what you want? Isn't it so true? And even for me, when I kind of dug down the rabbit hole with this and I started thinking about it this way, it literally was like a light bulb moment. It was literally like an aha moment. It was literally kind of like it created a deeper meaning in me. You understand? It almost felt like I finally understand it. Okay. Because lots of times when we say act as if, act like you have what you want, act like you have your dream house, act like you're the most successful version of you, what would the most successful version of you be doing? What type of decisions would they be doing? You see, all that is fine. But listen, if your perception of your world is still negative, well, guess what? You're going to manifest from that perception, not so much what you're doing. Because you're still carrying that, you still have that perception of your world tied to your old identity, that old self. And your perception is tied to everything, my friends. Let's go back to the beginning of the video. You see, when you make fun of manifesting, and I sit there and say, well, the reason why you're making fun of it is because you just don't understand it. And that's what people do. When they don't understand something, they tend to make fun of it. Okay. But that's your perception. Your perception is it doesn't work. So what's going to come to you? Things not working. Do you understand? Because that's your perception of it. If your perception is, listen guys, if I twist it and I say my perception is everything works out in my favor, everything works out for me, everything's for my benefit, well, that's a perception I have around my life, and then I manifest that to me. It's all your perception. Okay, if you see your dream car rush down the road and you sit there, your mind goes in the gutter, and you say to yourself, oh, what does that guy do? I bet he rips people off for a living. Woo, that's a dangerous perception you have. Remember, what you despise, what you hate, what you make fun of, you can't have. That's friction you're creating. But your whole perception is a person has what you want, but you make fun of them. You think all of a sudden he's scamming and ripping people off. That's your perception you have. And then that ricochets back to you. It's the mirror effect. Okay, now I could have a whole different perception. I could see my dream car run down the road, rush down the road, fly by me, and bless that which you want. You understand? That's a Hawaiian proverb. Bless that which you want. Okay, bless that person who has that dream car. Bless his life. Bless his career. You understand? Bless that which you want. That's your perception. If you're blessing circumstances, blessing other people, blessing people you don't know, sending out powerful, caring thoughts, well, that's your perception, and that flips back to you. That's what you manifest on. It's your perception. It's your perception of your world. But it's attached to everything we go through. I mean, for example, with me, with YouTube. Okay, I got to be very careful with my perception around YouTube. Okay, if I sit there and say, or I'm saying it to myself, I'm thinking it, sometimes I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm just thinking it to myself. Like if I sit there and say, well, YouTube's hard, you know, I got to get more to the point, you know, I got to talk quicker, I got to have better hooks, you know, I got to have shorter videos. You understand? I gotta stop saying and uhs all the time. I gotta start getting to the point and stop telling long ass stories. That's why YouTube isn't working. You see, that's my perception around it. Isn't it? Isn't it true? That's just my perception. But the issue is, if that's my perception, that's the level I gotta manifest on, meaning that that's what I believe to be true, and that has to come to me on the YouTube thing, okay? But what if we can flip it again? I'm having fun with this, baby. We could flip it. And with YouTube, I could sit there and say, it doesn't matter. My video is gonna go viral. It doesn't matter. People's gonna get, the right people at the right time is gonna get something out of the videos. They're gonna get everything out of the videos. I'm gonna explain it perfectly to them. And that's going to change their life. Okay, my videos go viral. Everyone understands them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I talk too fast. It doesn't matter if I over-explain. It doesn't matter if I repeat myself. It doesn't matter if I say the same thing 5 times in the video. It don't matter. It doesn't matter my title. It doesn't matter my thumbnail. It doesn't matter if I do the videos on the toilet. It don't matter. I'm still going to go viral. It doesn't matter what I do. Listen, guys, if that's really my perception, well, that's going to come true. Because that's my perception around YouTube. Okay, we have like tiny perceptions around everything. But what you have to understand is, it's how you view your world. It's not about, yes, it's about what you're doing. You're acting like that most successful version of you. That's a piece of it. That's just a piece of the pie, baby. But the whole pie is your perception around it. I'll tell you one more before we go. Even with Thailand, I had to be careful. I started going down the rabbit hole with Thailand. Thai people rip you off all the time. Every time you hire someone to do something, I got to hire somebody else to fix the issues that they didn't do right the first time. You understand? You know, Thai people are poor. All they do is blast music all the time. You know, all they want to do is scheme you and scam you. They don't want to follow laws and Thai laws. Well, That's a very dangerous perception I have. You know why? Because I have to experience that. I got to experience my perception of my world. I have to experience it, baby. Rather than, listen guys, rather than everything I said could be true. Okay. You know, we hire someone to do this. I got to hire someone to fix it. So what? So what? You know, you let it go. You don't cling to it. Okay. It's just like with any other country. No matter where you're at, no matter where you live, you got good people and bad people. You got people who's going to do good for you and people who's going to take advantage of you. So what? Okay. The people who take advantage of you, it's their own karma in life. You have to understand that. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me, baby. If someone rips me off, it has nothing to do with me. If that's my perception, then it really has nothing to do with me. Okay, because I'm not making it about me. That has nothing to do. Okay. I'm only responsible for me. I'm only responsible for Chad. I'm only responsible for, I'm doing the best thing for people. Okay, I can't control other people. You understand? So you got to be really careful around your perception, what people do to you. Okay, it's just like with negative comments and stuff like that, negative comments I get on YouTube and stuff like that. Well, it has nothing to do with me, baby. It's all their perception around life, okay? It's all their own karma in life. It's all what they're going to attract in their life. And I can tell you right now, you make fun of other people, you put people down, whatever, that's going to swing back at you. You understand? It has to. It's law, okay? Universal laws. Remember, universal laws is the law of duality. Law of duality is everything has an opposite. There's a hot, there's a cold. There's a rich, there's a poor. You understand? And with universal laws, whatever you put out has to come back to you. You understand? You put out good, good has to come back. You're just not in control of how it's coming back to you. You understand? But as we wrap up this video, because I don't want this to be a marathon video, I know you guys get it. But this will actually change your world, guys. This will actually change your life. This will actually change how you're manifesting. Because remember, your perception is, how do you view the world as the most successful version of you? Listen, how would the most successful version of you, that's ultra successful, that is a multi-millionaire, how would they perceive their world? How would they look at their life? You understand? It's not what decisions would they make, how would they carry themselves, how would they dress. No, baby, I'm not talking about that. How would you perceive your world? You understand? How would you think about things? How would the most successful version of you think about your life? You understand? This is a deeper question. This is deep. But when you finally get it, this will transform your life. When you finally get like my perception of my world right now is not very good. But guess what? You can change it. You know what I mean? And miracles happen when you change it, baby. Miracles can happen quickly. You can literally change your perception in 2 weeks. Then things start turning around. You understand? You change how you view your world, the outlook you have around your life, you change it. You change it for the better. Within a couple weeks, your life will flip. You understand? But tribe, just want to share those thoughts with you. There's something on top of my mind. While I went and got my I forget what this is called. I think it's called like a Taiwan brown sugar with boba. I think it's called something like that. It's actually pretty good. Like I said, not that healthy for me, but it's really good. But anyway, tribe, if you have questions about this, comment below. We're chatted up in the comments. If you need to reach out to me, everything's in the comments. Everything in the comments. Everything's in the description, baby. All the nuggets are in the description. I keep the descriptions up to date as best as I can. And remember, I love you guys. We're in this together, baby, okay? We're helping each other. We all, guys, like, we all might be at different levels of the game, okay? But we all can help each other. Some of us are at different levels. Some of us are going through different gunk phases. Some of us are in a transition of being a better version of us, okay? But we're all in this together. There is no kind of the end threshold to this stuff, okay? That's just divine abundance, meaning that abundance is in all things, and abundance is always perpetual, if I could say that word. Abundance is, you're always going to want more. You always want to achieve more. You're always going to want to be better. You understand? You're always going to want to be a better version of you. Other than that, tribe, love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.